everyone, today I am back with another video of active and passive voice. Today we are going to do some exercise which will help you in the exams. First example, or we can say the part of the exercise. First sentence, the shopkeeper is selling Takara Tommy toys. Second, I am not eating jackfruits now. Third, is he playing football in the playground? Fourth, where is he putting his laptop now? Fifth, who is teaching you now? Sixth, which of the teachers is teaching you computer? Sixth, that was the sixth sentence. Seventh, the conductor is stealing money from everybody. Eighth, the doctor is now consulting the patients. Now the passive forms. But before that, you will have to understand which tenses are this. So then you can further convert them into the passive voice. And to figure out the tenses, go and see the formation table of active and passive voice in the first part. Or you can also watch our tenses video part 1 and 2, link in the description. Now the passive forms of all these sentences. First, the shopkeeper is selling Takara Tommy toys becomes Takara Tommy toys are being sold by the shopkeeper. Second, I am not eating jackfruits now becomes the jackfruits are not being eaten by me now. Third, is he playing football in the playground becomes is football being played by him in the ground. Fourth, where is he putting his laptop now becomes where is his laptop being put by him now. Fifth, who is teaching you now becomes by whom are you being taught now. Sixth, which of the teachers is teaching you computer becomes by which of the teachers are you being taught computer. Seventh, the conductor is stealing money from everybody becomes money is being stolen from everybody by the conductor. Eighth, the doctor is now consulting the patients becomes the patients are being consulted by the doctor now. Next sentence is ninth. Look, the children are playing basketball. 10th. Listen, he is singing the best hit rock song. 11th. Watch, Kohli is hitting a 4. 12th. The cylinder supplier is not booking a cylinder now. 13th. The doctor is currently setting up his instruments. 14th. Is the ticket counter still issuing the tickets? 15th. Are you practicing French? 16. Why is she not allowing everybody or anybody into the class? Now we will see the passive forms. Look, the children are playing basketball becomes basketball is being played by the children. Listen, he is singing the best hit rock song becomes the best hit rock song is being sung by him. Watch, Kohli is hitting a 4 becomes a 4 is being hit by Kohli. The cylinder supplier is not booking a cylinder now becomes a cylinder is not being booked by the cylinder supplier. The doctor is currently setting up his instruments becomes the instruments are being set up by the doctor. 14th, is the ticket counter still issuing the tickets becomes are tickets still being issued by the ticket counter. 15th, are you practicing French becomes is French being practiced by you. Why is she not allowing anybody into the class becomes why anybody is not being allowed by her into the class. Next sentences. 17th, I was playing shadow fight when you called me. 18th, I was eating pizza there. 19th, was she tearing a drawing there? 20, what were you doing at 8:30 a.m.? 21st, who had written the score of all the batsmen? 22nd, which of the student was studying computer sincerely? 23rd, the policeman was guiding the scouts. 24th, the computer teacher was watching TV. Now the passive forms. I was playing shadow fight when you called me becomes when you called me shadow fight was being played by me. 18th, I was eating pizza there becomes pizza was being eaten by me there. 19th, was she tearing a drawing there? Becomes, was a drawing being torn down by her? 20. What were you doing at 8:30 a.m.? Becomes, what was being done at 8:30 a.m. by you? 21st. Who had written the score of all the batsmen? Becomes, by whom the scores of all the batsmen had been written. 22nd. Which of the student was studying computer sincerely? Becomes, by which student computer was being studied sincerely. 23rd. The policeman was guiding the scouts. Becomes, the scouts were being guided by the policeman. 24th. The computer teacher was watching TV. Becomes, TV was being watched by the computer teacher. Some more sentences. 25th. The children were watching the game. 26th. The players were showing the sword. 27th. The students were seeing the play in the auditorium. 28th. At that time, the maidservant broke a dish. 29th. We were distributing the gifts at that time. 30th. Was the priest singing a prayer? Now the passive forms. The children were watching the game becomes, the game was being watched by the children. The players were showing the sword becomes, the sword was being showed by the players. The students were seeing the play in the auditorium becomes, the play in the auditorium was being seen by the students. 28th. At that time the maidservant broke a dish becomes, a dish was broken by the maidservant at that time. 29th. We were distributing the games at gifts at that time becomes, at that time the gifts were being distributed by us. 30th. Was the priest singing a prayer? Becomes, was a prayer being sung by the priest? Now let's move to the mixed sentences. In mixed sentences, you may have an active sentence or a passive sentence. If it is an active sentence, you have to convert it into passive, and if it is an passive sentence, you have to convert it into active sentence. So, let's get into it. Now, let's get into the questions. First, NASA will have discovered a new rocket. Second, are you going to buy tickets for Endgame? Third, the boys are playing a festival match this week. Fourth, I am going to make a very special pizza. Fifth, who has not written the assignment? Sixth, the children should not cross the railway line. Seventh, the picture of Zeus was seen by me. Eighth, how many runs had been scored by Kohli? Ninth, Mr. Shah has been called by the principal. 10th, a supercomputer will be made by Omega Industries. 11th, a beautiful drawing been made by me. 12th, the servant had given the milk to the dog. Now let's move to the passive forms. But you will have to figure out this time that which tense is it, plus is it an active voice sentence or a passive form sentence. The first answer, NASA will have discovered a new rocket becomes, a new rocket will have been discovered by NASA. Second, are you going to buy tickets for Endgame? Becomes, are the tickets for Endgame going to be bought by you? Third, the boys are playing a festival match this week. Becomes, this week a festival match will be played by the boys. Fourth, I am going to make a very special pizza. Becomes, a very special pizza is going to be made by me. Fifth, who has not written the assignment? Becomes, by whom the assignment has not been written. Sixth, the children should not cross the railway lines. Becomes, the railway lines should not be crossed by the children. The picture of Zeus was seen by me. Becomes, I saw the picture of Zeus. Eighth, how many runs had been scored? How many runs had Kohli scored? Ninth, Mr. Shah has been called by the principal. Becomes, the principal has called Mr. Shah. 10th, a supercomputer will be made by the Omega Industries. Becomes, Omega Industries will make a supercomputer. 11th, a beautiful drawing will have been made by me. becomes I will have made a beautiful drawing. 12th, the servant had given the milk to the dog becomes milk had been given to the dog by the servant. Now, let's move to the paragraphs. Yes, you may also need to convert paragraphs from active to passive voice. So, let's get into the first question. The new teacher made Asram sit on the back bench due to his lower social rank. When Aman Andre knew it, he summoned the new teacher and, at the presence of Asram and others, he told the teacher that he should not spread the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance in the minds of the innocent children. Now, let's see the passive voice of this paragraph. Answer. Asram was made sit on the back bench due to his lower social rank by the new teacher. When it was known by Aman Andre, the new teacher was summoned by him. In the presence of Asram and others, the teacher was told that the poison of social inequality and communal intolerance should not be spread in the minds of the innocent children. Now the second paragraph. Om was playing cricket match in the school. His father promised him to buy him a new bicycle if his team won. When Om was going to the playground, he saw an old man in trouble. Therefore, he helped the old man and reached late for the match. Now, the passive voice. A cricket match was being played in the school by Om. He was promised to buy him a new bicycle by his father if his team won. When Om was going to the playground, an old man was seen in trouble by Om. Therefore, the old man was helped by him and reached late for the cricket match. Now, the third paragraph. Man's deeds decide his destiny. If we have done good deeds in the past, we are happy in our present life. And if we have done bad deeds in the past, then we are unhappy in our present life. We should always do good deeds to be happy. Now, the passive form of this paragraph. Man's destiny is decided by his past deeds. If good deeds are done in the past, then they are happy in the future, in the present life. And if bad deeds are done by us in the past, then we are unhappy in our present life. Good deeds should always done to be happy. Now, let's see the fourth paragraph. As soon as he uttered his first word, he felt extremely excited. It gave him boundless joy. He called his sister. He commanded her dog, and the dog obeyed his command. Now the passive voice. As soon as his first word was uttered, he felt extremely excited. He was given boundless joy. His sister was called by him. Her dog was commanded by him, and his command was obeyed by her dog. Now, let's go to the fifth paragraph. The directions given by the science teacher, Esta and Aman made a model of plane. They made it very successfully. They won the first prize in the competition. Now, the passive voice. The science teacher gave the direction. A model of plane was made by Esta and Aman. It was made very successfully by them. The first prize was won in the competition by them. Now, the sixth and the final paragraph. My parents take care of me. They give facilities to me. I should serve them in their old age. Now, the passive voice. I am taken care of by my parents. Facilities are given to me by them. They should be served in their old age by me. So, this was it for the active and passive voice. Here, our active and passive voice topic is completed. Now, I will be back with another topic. But please like, subscribe, share, comment, and hit that notification bell so you will be notified about all my future uploads. Till then, goodbye.